Well, 2020 was certainly a thing, wasn't it? Happy New Year, everyone. Here we are in 2021, and please, God, let this year be better across the sodding board. But a new year is often a sign of new beginnings. New year, new me, and all that bollocks. Maybe you're going to try and do dry January or follow in the footsteps of Daniel Bryan and go a bit vegan. Maybe finally this is the year that your favourite superstar's actually going to get a push. But if you are a superstar within the WWE, maybe this is the year you have a bit of a change of scenery. Look, maybe you're fed up of constantly hitting that Vince McMahon-shaped roadblock, or your contract is expiring this year, and you're going to finally take that leap into the unknown. Regardless, with that in mind, I'm Adam Wilborn from What Culture, and these are 10 WWE superstars who will leave in 2021. Number 10, Drew Gulak. The only person on this list who's had a bit of a dry run at leaving WWE last year, of course. Gulak was released as part of the Cull in 2020 and then brought back into the fold to do some great stuff with Daniel Bryan and then some enhancement talent stuff and whatever bollocks was called for in the 24/7 championship. Look, Drew Gulak is far better than what WWE are giving him right now. He would be excellent mid-card talent for AEW or Ring of Honor or Impact or the NWA, literally anywhere that Vince McMahon is not in charge. You see, because Drew Gulak is a solid, no-nonsense, technically proficient pro wrestler, which means Vince McMahon hasn't got a sodding clue what to do with him. He needs to leave because he's better than all this. Plus, his CV would look beautiful in one of his PowerPoint presentations. Star wipe, anyone? Number 9, KUSHIDA. I'm just going to read you some of KUSHIDA's achievements. KUSHIDA is a 6-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, a 2-time Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion, won the Best of the Super Juniors in both 2015 and 2017, captured the Super J Cup in 2016, and won the Super Junior Tag Tournament with Alex Shelley in 2012, as well as winning the ROH TV title before he headed to WWE. Oh, and he's the literally only person in history to have won the WCPW World Cup. But you wouldn't know any of that watching him in NXT. Look, KUSHIDA is a phenomenally talented individual and he's had some decent matches in WWE, but that's about it. There was a period last year where I thought he might be getting a title shot against Finn Balor and then he just didn't. He clearly is a talent that WWE have just hoovered up so no one else could have him. And in 2021, he either needs to get those title shots and be in and around the title picture properly, or he needs to leave WWE. Because just imagine what someone like AEW could do with KUSHIDA, or if he just went back to Japan. Like, at the end of the day, yes, NXT is different from many of WWE's other brands, but not by that much. Number 8, Ricochet. Ricochet is kind of like the new Brian Kendrick, isn't he? He's got immense talent and can do things that other people can barely even dream of, but he can't get ahead in WWE because he's perceived to just be a high flyer with a lack of personality or mic skills, which is why they let Brock Lesnar murder him at Super Showdown and Cedric Alexander then go, well, if you're not going to bother, then I will, when it comes to the Hurt Business. This is a guy who, 4 or 5 years ago was having some of the most talked about matches in the world against Will Ospreay and still looked like a hell of a find when he first arrived in WWE. Now he's pissing away his prime years feuding with bloody Blade, Laser, Blazer and Queef of Retribution. Get out whilst you still can, mate. Number 7, the Viking Raiders. WWE tried to present the Viking Raiders as romping, stomping badasses who ran through anyone who confronted them. And then, seemingly out of nowhere, they did a complete 180 and decided, no, these two are comedy relief because one of them's sexy and one of them is not. What? I don't know why they did that. These were meant to be like the modern day version of Demolition or the Road Warriors or, those sorts of groups. And yet, now look at them. We had them in WCPW, and Hanson and Rowe used to be able to do things in the ring that defies logic. Like when Hanson, whenever he would do that cartwheel or the bounce off the ropes, I think A, the ring might implode, and B, my jaw would just be on the floor when it didn't, and they still managed to achieve the sort of badass offense you'd expect for them alongside just gravity-defying feats. What's going on with him? I realise Ivar is injured right now, but when he returns, are things going to get any better? I sense not. I think they'd be better off cutting their losses and returning to former glories in Japan. Ooh. Speaking of which, number 6, Shinsuke Nakamura. Yes, speaking of returning to former glories in Japan, the former 3-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion Shinsuke Nakamura could make a huge splash if he left the safety of his WWE contract for a series of high-profile matches in New Japan, for example. But at the end of the day, no one can really begrudge Shinsuke for what he's doing right now. He's 40 years old, his body's been through hell, and this could well be described as his money years. If he wanted to, though, and he put the feelers out, there is no doubt that New Japan would leap at the opportunity and throw all kinds of money at him to get him back. Until then, though, surf's up, dude. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I'm literally a white guy who lives in the middle of England. Closest I come to that sort of thing is when my dad puts on the Beach Boys, so... Yeah. Number 5, Cesaro. Are you sure this is from the 2021 list, yeah? I only say that because Cesaro's, 40 now? He's been with WWE for 9 years, and he still appears in lists every year about potential future world champions. I think it's time to accept that. It's never going to happen. He has stopgap world title challenger written all over him. He will never be a singles world champion whilst Vince McMahon is around. Maybe he'll do it in AEW. Maybe he'll be King of the Mountain in Impact. Maybe he'll head back to Ring of Honor and just tear up trees there. But whilst he's in WWE, if Vince McMahon is still there, it ain't going to happen for Cesaro. So I suppose it just depends which you think's going to last longer. His WWE tenure or Vince McMahon. And look at Vince McMahon's mum. Number 4, Aleister Black. Oh, what could have been, eh? His NXT run was so hard-hitting and exciting, and then he went up to the main roster. He had an eye-catching entrance. He worked alongside Ricochet, and then he was even being compared by some as the natural successor to The Undertaker. And then he got WWE'd, didn't he? They didn't know what to do with him, and now he's just... bleh. It doesn't look good for him. It didn't look good for him, and it looks even worse now this other half, Zelina Vega, has left the company. We all know how he's going to be treated as a result of her quite right actions when he returns. So why bother? Why bother when literally any other promoter not named Vincent Kennedy McMahon would love to have him? Number 3, Lana. Oh, but why would she want to leave WWE with that incredible babyface push she was given, which involved her being put through a table for 9 weeks straight, winning Survivor Series via default, and then not even getting the cathartic vengeance at a pay-per-view literally called Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. Just got replaced by Charlotte Flair because, bollocks. Look, that's not going to be the main reason Lana leaves WWE. The main reason is the reason that Miro gave on the Talk is Jericho podcast. The couple love being together, and that's kind of difficult when you're in 2 different companies, especially during an ongoing global bastard. Maybe she'll try a look in AEW, maybe she'll try a look with ventures outside of pro wrestling. But either way, I don't see Lana being a part of WWE by the end of 2021. Number 2, Daniel Bryan. Korea superworker Daniel Bryan recently said that this is going to be his last run within WWE, and also said that being a dad takes precedent over being a full-time pro wrestler. So expect to see him work even more of a part-time schedule as we head into 2021. Also, his contract with WWE reportedly runs out in September. What I'm saying here is enjoy Daniel Bryan in WWE while you still can. And yes, maybe he'll sign a contract extension for a few more big matches on pay-per-view. Maybe he'll sign with AEW. Maybe he'll go to Japan. Maybe he'll even return to Ring of Honor. But at the end of the day, his health is the most important thing, and he's already risked it more than enough, in my opinion. He's got nothing left to prove. Enjoy it while it lasts. Number 1, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's WWE contract was reportedly extended due to his entirely justified 2020 sabbatical, but that still means it is set to expire in late 2021. And what could be on the cards for the 36-year-old. He may well have finally been discovered in WWE, only about 5 years too late. They may finally realise the genius that they have in their hands, courtesy of that amazing Intercontinental Championship run he had, where he regained the title that he never lost and was just a complete git. He is one of the best talkers, heel talkers certainly, they've got. He's also one of the most genuine baby faces in the world outside of the ring. Is there anything else for him to prove in WWE? I mean, they should probably have made him world champion a long time ago, but if that's not going to happen, he's strong-willed. He may well want to make that leap and head somewhere else. And I'm not saying Sami Zayn is going to head to AEW. But El Generico might. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to What Culture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcasts. Plus, you can let us know your thoughts on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. And I'm on there at Adam Wilborn. Thanks for watching. I've been Adam from What Culture, and I'll see you soon.